What? Waiting screen? You are a waiting screen. Welcome to the stream, Mademoiselle Danielle. How are you doing? And let's continue with Naked Geralt and his adventures. So, yes.
The rats, why did he need them?
Bloody rodents. Better to have stuffed them with a poison or crushed them into a pulp with a shovel, but no.
Did you see what he did with them?
What's Kira doing there?
Kira, what are you doing?
Geralt! You gave me quite a start.
But nay, the mage, he says, bring me rats and healthy ones. Not something the cat dragged in.
This the lamp from the elf's hideout? And what's this about rats?
Nothing important. I'll explain later. Now tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on. We asked that. So, why did you want this magic lamp?
Why do you want the lamp?
You just witnessed why. To communicate with lost souls.
Didn't know you were interested in that kind of magic.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Why'd the elf promise you the lamp?
We traded for it. He needed powerful magic and sensed I was no common wart charmer. I brewed him a potion. To delay nervous tissue degeneration, stave off memory loss or some such.
Who'd he want to use it on?
He didn't say.
Because Frosty Woman wanted Geralt topless, and Miro wanted also that his pants vanish.
Bet the old witch who lived here left you a bunch of interesting sundries.
She did indeed. I gather you'd like a look.
Very much so.
So let's see what Kira has to sell before we do anything else. So she also sells like one, I think that's the potion to reset your ability points. Yeah, lots of glyphs of all sort. It would make kind of sense to buy most of the stuff without spoiling anything. Draconite oil, that is helpful. Insectoid oil, do want that. The books I will find eventually, I would assume. All good reason, yeah. I guess. Insectoid oil, thank you. There, what is needed there? Ekimara hide. Don't think I have one of those. Here I need ergot seed. I think she has some of those. Let's go down here. Ergot seed. Where are they? There we go. So another oil for us. Then I can do a decoction, a Noonwraith decoction. Significantly limits the duration of... I'll do it so I have it. Black blood. That is especially good against vampires. Okay. I think I'm set now. Got all that. Yeah, you said last time we met that you have a request for me.
Mentioned you wanted something from me.
I did, and still do. The Cursed Isle on Lake Windammer. You've heard of it, I'm sure. The local peasants mumble incessantly about it, about the wraiths that haunt it. They claim none who go there return.
How'd it come to be cursed?
That's what I don't know. I must break this spell, yet I've been unable to identify its source.
Gotta know something.
Scraps. The curse is somehow linked to the tower where Serad, the lord of these lands, took refuge when Nilfgaard invaded.
Yeah, I bet
Claims
Frosty.
in the village are that peasants, desperate of hunger, sailed to Fyke Isle to beg for food. Met their end there. It was a massacre. So, will you please help me lift this curse? You're so good at these things.
So why do you want to lift this curse?
Why are you so intent on this?
I'm not. The local peasantry is. The Isle, miss. You've got to lift the charm. You're a good witch, a great witch. There's no end to it.
See, I thought you didn't care for the locals. The great witch you are.
I failed to lift the curse, and they could conclude I'm not so great. Not enough to conceal me from the witch hunters and risk getting sent to the gallows themselves.
What others think, your image, that's all you care about.
The point is, listen, I didn't flee to these wilds just to stupidly get caught because some boar with grit under his fingernails grows annoyed with me.
Okay, so this Vezerat guy had the peasants killed?
So the peasants who went to the island for food, this lord had them murdered?
The villagers say he had them poisoned.
A real gentleman.
Well, I never met him. But he certainly didn't seem such a cruel man, judging by what a mage from the Isle told me.
A mage lived on the island? Did you know him? Where is he now?
We were friends. Sadly, he died that day as well. Very few survived. Yet even those who escaped the Isle soon suffered agonizing deaths. Strangely, they did not seem to have been poisoned.
Interesting. Well, okay, I will help you.
Alright, I'll help.
I knew you'd find it irresistible. Naturally, you'll need to sail to Fyke Isle.
Fine. What then?
Well, the spirits who wander the Isle, you must establish a rapport with them. Don't know how, but they could point us in the direction of the curse's source.
Think they'll be willing to chat?
Of course, provided you take my magic lamp with you. I
Sure.
shall let you keep it afterwards in appreciation.
Not strange at all.
You'll find it quite useful, I'm sure.
And why won't you go with me?
Can't you just come with me?
I tried to go to Fyke Isle once. Thought my head would burst, the curse's magic was so strong.
Nice of you to send me there.
I experienced an acute nasal hemorrhage. You stand to endure a wobble of your medallion at most. At Aretusa, they trained me to detect even the subtlest magic pulses. This was like getting smacked across my haunches with a grain flail.
Funny. Thought you'd go in for that sort of thing.
Take my boat. I left it on the lake shore near the village. Should be fit to use, provided rot hasn't eaten it, as it seems to eat everything here.
So how does the magic lamp works?
How's the lamp actually work? I mean, do I just rub it, or do I have to do something, magical?
You needn't even rub. Just place it where you find bones and hear whispers. I suppose I should warn you, it might not be the most pleasant experience.
Figured as much. Tell you all about it later. Maybe skip the drastic bits.
You'll need to do neither. I'll give you a Xenovox. It's a bauble that will let us speak over some distance. You will tell me what you see, and I shall tell you what to do and look for.
Fine. Never heard of that though.
Never heard of a Xenovox.
It works just like a megascope, but is far more portable. Think of it as a magic box that talks.
They hard to build?
Extremely. That's why they're so rare. I certainly couldn't build anything like it.
So no chance these Xenovoxes will catch on with every mage using one?
Not the slightest.
Okay, no mobile phones around here.
So where'd you get the Xenovox?
Found it in the mine along with the lamp. Thought it was part of the lamp at first. Didn't realize what I'd actually found until later.
Think it belonged to the elven mage?
Clearly. And I didn't even know the elves used them.
Well, then I'm off to Fyke
I need to
Isle.
know anything else before I go?
No, that is all. Oh, go already. I can't wait to see what you discover on Fyke Isle. Just be sure to come and see me afterwards. And Geralt. Thank you.
Sure thing, Kira. Sure thing. So now I have to go to Fyke Isle, and this quest is pretty spooky, actually. I really like this quest, but it can be pretty dark. Let me see. Her boat is there, and then I will start the Tower Full of Mice quest. Another one of my favorite quests of the game. Spoopy quest, I'm in. Alright. Daniel, settle in for some spoopy little shit. Setting the vibe. Headphones on. Lights out. Volume up. And if I can do that with a Canadian accent, I might even do an impression. Let's first go for a naked boat ride. Let's muster boat out here. Dark and rainy. Nice. Perfect weather for a spoopy quest.
Geralt, can you hear me? How goes it? Where are you?
Oh, Rexy!
Splendid.
Thank you very much for the sub.
Wait, Miss Xenovox.
And
can I
welcome
contact you
to
with
the
it, or is it one
Acolyte
way?
Club.
One way only.
Now you can spam the pandas.
Your what?
My feminine intuition.
Wonderful.
Also good to know that the notification sound now works perfectly. After I had some troubles earlier when like Morokai reset. But now it works. Yeah, there they are, the pandas, Rexy pandas as well. Thank you very much for all of your support. Okay. Let's get to Fyke Isle. So as we heard, first there. Whoa. As we heard, there is some kind of magic stuff going on, which is why we were sent here.
Are you on your own yet? Does the Xenobox work?
Well, it works, but I'm kind of busy right now.
I can't hear. Ready. Sheesh. Short-lived this magic.
What did you say? There's some interference. You must be very careful.
Oh, gotta say, not easy here. Oh! Get away from it. Away! Ah. So, just a reminder of what this quest is about. Kira Metz is sending us because there's a curse on this island, apparently. Also has a very nice, unique soundtrack if you listen to it. And it is said that during Great Time of Hunger, the local lord was faced with a big crowd of his peasants who were dying of hunger because they didn't have enough food, and he poisoned them. That is as much as we know so far about the story about Fyke Isle. Let's go here. Get the armor that we apparently am not using because hey, Death March isn't hard enough, right? Ah, roundness. Got rid of them. Let's eat a apple. And go. I have some ghouls. Just getting rid of them before they can jump me from behind. Okay. Also, I should equip the magic lamp if we find any ghostly remains that might want to talk to us. More rot fiends. Surrounded by some kind of bees or flies. Okay, got rid of them. Oof. And now the fog begins. Strong ghouls here, level 9. Whoa! Snuck up on me. Whoa! Holy macaroni. Oh, they are doing a lot of damage without armor. Let's throw in some potions. Maybe I should also put up my quench shield. Another one gone. Whoa. That was quite the ambush. I hear these damn flies flying around, so the mosquitoes or whatever that is, they're pissing me off. Thank you. Let's look around a little bit. If we can find anything. Something in here? No. Oh, what's here?
A fresh corpse. Must have come here a while after the nobleman's death.
Okay, so after this small revolt, or however you want to call it, people came here and died after it is said that the Lord poisoned them. But this
Let's try Kira's lamp.
green fog indicates we can use the fog.
They're onto us. They're not letting Graham in.
Quiet, fool. Babylon and the noble himself will hear you.
Nah, he sat his arse on silk pillows, like he'd be gobbling meat. With no notion he's coming to tear him to shreds.
Way's clear, lads. Adam!
Okay. So, thank you, Frosty. Oh, that's very nice of you. Hope you had a good time looking at him. Oh, let's compare those. I think with the resistances, the other one is still better. Ah, fully dressed, finally. I can also rest a second to fill up my potions. Okay, so use the magic lamp once now. Let's look around a little bit for more little... Oh, didn't want to do that. For more stories. There's another green fog that indicates a lamp spot. Just ignores my sword strikes.
Not good.
Ah, damn it, and my sword is already damaged. Already damaged again. Didn't want to repair that one, but fine. So let's see what this little story might tell us.
They left us, look! All of them done went!
We've to swim, come on.
What about all this? I can't leave it! You go. Find a boat and come back for me. If you make it across.
Why wouldn't I? Be back before you know it.
Well, I would assume that didn't work out well. I really like the theme song of this quest in the background. Has a very ominous feel to it. Let's look around here a little bit. I don't think there's anything else outside of here, but just want to check. Okay. Let's also put on some necrophage oil. Thank you. Because there we fight our first water hack with her floppy breasts, floppy boobies, and water hacks. I just stressed you could have done the same water hack. Oh, 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 oh! Will you please move it? Killed the water hack. Oof. Killed the mosquitoes. Just the killing. All the killing. Okay, some chests. Let's look around here if we can find any other clues of what might have happened on this island. Saltpeter, more loot. I'm pretty sure here there was another ghost thing going on. Oh yeah, there it is.
Millie, we gotta flee. Quick now. Millie! Millie, what's with ye?
I don't know. So, burning. Ah!
What? No. No, stay back.
Don't leave me.
Interesting. What could that all mean? Dead people all around here. A Quen glyph. Might as well put it in my armor since I use quite a lot. Okay. Oh, there's something red. So what's going on
Wonder
here?
what led them here. Hunger or greed.
Maybe we'll find out more inside the tower.
Peasants didn't come here to ask nicely. Place is full of rats. As many dead as alive. Think they're feeding on...
Geralt, stop. You needn't be so detailed.
Where's that noble? Lying here, quiet as a mouse, head split open like a rotted pumpkin. More like a peasant now, sloshing around in his own blood and shite. Be nothing noble about him.
Too quick a death they gave him. Should have been made to suffer.
He's not the end of it. Sons can suffer for him, and the daughter. To the top!
Okay, so they definitely wanted to loot this place and were not concerned about the health of any of the inhabitants here. What's this?
Blood. Many must have died here.
Okay. Yay, welcome back, Danielle. Glad chat reloaded.
Rich folk. Doubt I'll ever understand them. Keeping rats in cages like rabbits.
Let him out, maybe? Like to die of hunger if we leave him there.
I'd sooner burn the vermin. Releasing him's not like to bring no good. Imagine the harm they'd do if they swam back to the village.
Swam? Rats? How do you figure they'd do that?
You needn't fret for him. Clever little bastards. Clever than you.
They seem sluggish to you. Got the mange, maybe? Oh, and that stench!
Okay. Well, let's go back up.
Don't start, Annabelle. Back to your craft. Always bending my ear about fool peasants. I'll not hear of them again. That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham hardly makes the rest courtly, one and all.
My lord, peasants. They're through the door in the tower.
Okay. A little more information about the lord here. Vazeret seems to have a daughter called Annabelle. And there's Alexander, the ghost Kiro is talking to. Magically lit torches, always a good sign.
Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago. Who's that? Show yourself. Anyone there? Who are you?
So it seems like he was killed long after the raid, not during the raid. Werewolf decoction, nice. Further up we go. Okay.
Where are you?
Oh,
Have you
Jesus,
got to the
Kira.
laboratory at the top of the tower yet?
I'm at the top. Nothing here that looks like a laboratory.
Then you've not reached the highest level. Look for a passage.
Someone dragged something across the floor, or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Yes, Frosty said I could clothe him now. No, Frosty allowed me to do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. Never go against Frosty. Okay, secret passage. Further up we go. I think that was during
Looks like a laboratory. Pretty well equipped, too.
the time when your chat was broken. Part 2. I will wait until I have part 1. What's going on here?
Experimenting on humans. Never would have gotten away with it if the Conclave were still in charge.
Okay. That is not very relieving. So, the Mage's Alexander's Log Part 1. My experiments continue to return results I must consider unreliable. Methodological errors are not at fault. The problem lies in the shoddy and fallible research material I am forced to work with. Despite his prior assurance, Vezeret is unable to provide me with enough moderately healthy specimens for my tests. Most of the material is starved and terrified, having been dragged here straight from the dungeon. I waste a great deal of time daily washing and delousing them before I will so much as let them step foot into my laboratory. Sterility first. As Marty Sodergren managed to prove in her little-known work, the attitude of a patient undergoing treatment can have a significant impact on the battle against the disease. Unfortunately, the volunteers with which I am supplied do not show sufficient comprehension, let alone enthusiasm for the noble work in which they are taking part. In fact, it seems they consider the research part of their punishment. I have tried a few times, though I am but a poor speaker, to convince them they are contributing to the eradication of one of the greatest plagues tormenting mankind. I had the distinct impression they understood little, but perhaps their stupor was merely the result of the early stages of the illness. Of course, it is impossible to achieve success without significant sacrifices. The overwhelming majority of them will have to lay down their trifling lives on the altar of learning, but that is a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Serious Koala got network problems, so we'll be off for today. Thanks for the stream, Akov. Alright, Koala, have a good night. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you soon. Religion and life. That is not connected, so I will read it at the end. Day 346. I never did like rats. Not because of their obscene tales, but rather on account of their lively, disturbing intelligence. They are always listening when a man believes he is talking only to himself, and, what's worse, they seem to understand. A few days ago I caught myself talking to one of them, to a particularly large black male with a torn off ear. At first I was overcome by panic. Was this a first manifestation of the illness? Of course that was impossible, for I had fortified my immunity with powerful spells. Upon further consideration I concluded it was an altogether natural reflex, one even the most learned among us find hard to restrain. We may just like to be listened to. I placed the black rat in a separate cage. The time will come for it to play a part in the test. Meanwhile I can keep company and observe. I've noticed it looks with great concentration at the cages of its infected brethren, particularly those in the last stages of illness. Fascinating. Speaking of company, I have none besides the black rat and cannot hope for better. Feathered avoids the laboratories and has expressed his desire for his daughter to steer clear of me as well. At first I thought he feared a moral scandal, which would be risible in the extreme, but he explained the true reason in due course. It seems Annabelle has always possessed a fragile psychic constitution. Observing the ill might throw her into foul humors. The peasants taking part in the study have stopped speaking to me. I don't know what they believe this little act of defiance will serve. It does me no harm they made a lousy conversation partners. There remains, of course, the woman, but as for her, I try to limit contact. Hey, Tuopi! How are you doing? How are you doing? Doing good so far. Day 362. My black rat has died. Today I found him curled up in a cage. I suspected he had become infected on accident, but during the autopsy I did not uncover any signs of illness. He was also perfectly well fed. Strange. From a medical point of view, his death remains unexplained, something which I must admit irritates the scholar in me, but as I mentioned previously, I'm not particularly fond of rats. Religion and life. And this is not connected to the quest, the other two were. And should we thus submit our life to religion, or should we interpret religion so that it serves our lives instead? There are as many schools as there are philosophers, as many stories as there are human beings, and let us not forget elven beings, nor dwarven halfling, gnomish ones, nor any other or such sapient creature familiar with the quandaries of the soul. I, for my part, having survived now more than 120 years, vodka and relish works wonders, lend to credence, and anyone who claims differently can swear with all certainty that there is no way to reconcile everyone at once, and what pleases one will provoke whinging and sulking in others, and will undoubtedly cause a third to reach for his knife if it dares depart from his known, narrow world by so much as a hair. What then are we to do? How should we live? Why, as we like, as our soul urges, disregarding all the brayings of philosophers and ethicists, those contained in the tomes included, disregard them as we would fairy tales or old wild legends. Okay. So more importantly, though, we learned about the mage Alexander, who seemed to experiment, or to have experimented, on human beings to cure one of the most dangerous plagues in this world. Before I check out this last ghost shadow or ghost fog, I will go further upstairs. Okay. My chair is acting up right now. I'm sorry for that. So what's going on here?
Kept in there until the end. What a shitty way to die.
Okay, so there, that were the cages where the sorcerer Alexander kept his subjects. Oh! That was very close. For some reason I did move into the other direction, but he kept moving towards the edge. Did not like that. Almost got a heart attack. Drinking a beer, that sounds good to OP. Kind of, I know, somehow sitting not very pleasantly right now. So, let's go down and look at the last ghost shadow. Ghost fog, whatever. Annabelle.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
There's no need to fear me.
Don't be afraid. I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Mage's Tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
The Mage of the Tower, who was he?
Mage who lived here. Who was he?
Alexander? I hardly knew him. He spent most of his time locked away in this tower. He's dead too, you know. They're all dead. Mountains of corpses, yet I stand here alone, all alone. They've all abandoned me. Even he who promised me everlasting love. You will abandon me as well.
If I can lift the curse, you yourself will be free to leave.
What happened here?
Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food. Is that true?
No. They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
So, what happened next?
What happened then?
Fear. Terrible fear. I feared the men who approached, but I also feared the potion, drinking it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the Catriona. Only rumors, surely, but I was afraid. So horribly afraid. And then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
There were too many. Leave her be, he shouted. He grabbed at them, tried to stop them. They just laughed.
Did they harm you?
Did they hurt you?
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned. That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was dark. Only there were rats. Everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds. And I couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You were paralyzed.
They were everywhere. All over me like insects. My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach. They tore me apart, and I could not even scream. Have I not suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
You weren't the last to die on this island. Found a fresh corpse in the tower.
The island's a dangerous place. Folks should not venture here. I too wish to leave.
The dead man. Looked like a monster had attacked him, recently. The tower home to anything else?
How am I to know? There's lots of wraiths here. I hear them whispering every night.
Not talking about ghosts. A monster who hunts here. You must have noticed something.
I don't know. I've noticed naught. Why do you ask? Why must you press me so? You're to be my savior, not my tormentor.
Can you talk to the island's other specters?
No, I'm alone here. The others, they flee when they see me. I know not why. You do not fear me, do you?
No.
No.
Used to dealing with ghosts.
Kind of.
No, gotta admit, there's something about you. You're different.
How could I help you?
How can I help you?
A curse born of hatred binds me to this place. Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a wraith?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Maybe a wraith just?
No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the Isle.
Maybe. Tell me about Graham.
Your beloved. Who is he? A noble son?
No, a poor fisherman. My father objected. Strongly. He did not see us together. I miss him so. Each night I walk to the island shore to gaze upon the village. Does he remember me still?
Said before you can't leave the tower.
Did I? You must have misheard.
I don't think so.
I don't know anymore. It's all a nightmare to me.
As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras aren't nearly as strong as yours. My medallion started pulsating as soon as we started talking.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land. The base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this for me?
So I will pick the choice I took the first time when I played it. Because I think it's more interesting.
Fine. I'll talk to Graham. Where will I find him?
Let's try lifting the curse.
He lives in the village on the lakeshore, yet... What if he's forgotten me?
If he loved you, he'll remember. And want to help.
He said he would always love me. Go to him. Make haste, please.
Okay. So let's go back down and then go to town where Graham is supposed to be, her beloved, and that might help us lift the curse instead of using more direct measures of solving a problem. this is the way. Yes, it is. Good. Back out. Good thing that there is a fast travel point very close by. And that I also already been to Oriton. Oh, we are at the false throw moment of the stream. 4 hours, 20 minutes. Ooh. And I'm pretty close to leveling up again, so there might be a new little ability in the near future.
The Blackens be evil and all.
Yay.
So when they rode by, one of them tossed me little points. Don't you look at me.
So this is where Graham is supposed to live.
You've got to. Just leave me be.
What's going on here? Oh. Let me try it.
I want to talk.
You're deaf, damn it! I told you. Who are you?
I'm a witcher.
I'm a witcher.
What of it? Why should I care?
I've been to the island. I know what happened there.
What do you want of me?
I'm here about Annabelle.
Want to talk to you about Annabelle.
Annabelle? What can you know about her?
I met her. Talked to her.
Annabelle's dead. Drank poison. And I couldn't save her.
Did you love Annabelle?
Did you love her?
Something mad. Loved her so deep I believed we'd come through, believed we'd be together. Of course, it was not to her father's liking. His daughter and a plain lout.
So what happened on Fyke Isle?
What happened on Fyke Isle? You gotta tell me.
'Twere Millie, Finch and Faulkner. They rallied the men, all roughs, to go to the Isle, take back what was ours from the noble. They knew I was known at the tower, that the Lord's servants would open the gate for me since I sold them fish.
Okay.
They forced you to go with them?
No, I saw my chance in it. For Annabelle and me to flee. But it all spun in a chaos. Our boys from the village, they started killing everyone. Annabelle, they wanted to rape. First, then she drank the poison. Mage must have gave it her. I ran out the tower, hollering that I wanted to die, cursing them all to hell. Don't force me to speak of it. No more, please.
What exactly did you say? Could be important in terms of curses.
Said you were hollering as you fled the tower, the island. What exactly did you say?
I don't remember. I wanted them to pay for what they'd done to her.
Might have cursed them. There's a powerful magic aura on Fyke Isle. Passions, evil intent, strong emotions of any kind can activate it. Your words could be the curse's source.
She took the poison because of them.
Actually, it wasn't poison.
It wasn't poison. Annabelle drank a strong sleeping potion. Mage wanted to protect her, make it look like she was dead. Convinced everyone.
That means... Is she... You said you spoke to her?
Spoke to her ghost. By the time she awoke, Tower was full of cold corpses. And rats. She was warm meat. Rats ate her alive.
You mean... She was alive the whole time? But... It can't be. She was cold all through like a corpse. I shook her, begged her, open your eyes. I never thought...
Wasn't your fault.
It's not your fault. No guilt in not knowing, and you couldn't know it wasn't poison she drank.
Gods, what have I done? If I had stayed behind to bury her, I didn't notice she was alive. It might have ended different, ended well.
If you'd stayed on the island, I doubt you'd have survived.
I'd take death over leaving her to the rats like that. But there's naught I can do about it now.
Wrong on that count.
You can still help Annabelle.
Annabelle needs you. Her soul will only find peace if you help her.
But what can I do? It's too late.
Bury her bones. Annabelle should be laid to rest by one who loved her. It's the only way to lift the curse that holds Fyke Isle.
Those are her bones.
Yes.
Give them here. And leave me be.
Oh, okay. Guess we have to talk to Kira now. Or, what happened there? Welcome back, Physics. What happened?
Yeah.
Whoa!
Annabelle was no ordinary ghost. She's a pesta, and now she's free.
And now she's free. What a twist in this little story. This very sad and gruesome story of the tower full of mice. For those who didn't know about it, hope you liked the story. That was why I was kind of quiet all the time, because I really liked how that all played out. And it was a pretty big shock when that happened to me the first time. Just want to examine it.
A girl and plated flowers. Looks like a small shrine.
Yeah, I thought it's pretty cool that you go there and, like, you can pick up that there's something wrong. She kind of fumbles it when she says she can't leave the tower, but later she tells Geralt that she looks from the shore over. Also that there are dead bodies, fresh dead bodies around that were attacked by a monster, but she doesn't know about that. So if you pick up on that, you can just fight her and say, no, I know what you're doing here. But the first time when I played this, I had a bad feeling about this, but I thought, well, I mean, might as well try to lift the curse. Because usually in games when you're presented with, either kill it or try to lift the curse, it means that you just can lift the curse, right? This case, it wasn't the case. And so they kind of tricked me that I used game logic against, I guess, real logic. So then I did exactly what I did here. And that was quite a shock when I wanted to go away and I hear him scream. And then you come in here. And the cherry on the pie is the bestiary entry for Annabelle. Where she is. Oh no, she should be here on the specters. Or? Or is there a character entry here? Oh, it's here. Okay, then it's that. Now, the cherry on the pie. As a reward for solving a quest wrongly. Geralt encountered this young woman's ghost in the uppermost room in the haunted tower on Fyke Isle. She told him that in life she had been the local lord's daughter. When enraged peasants stormed the tower, she feared they would ravage her honor if they found her alive, and so took a magic potion that put her in a corpse-like state of paralysis. When she awoke, she found herself lying amidst the bodies of her family and servants, unable to move. She watched in helpless horror as rats feasted on the pile of corpses and began to nibble on her as well. This grisly death must have somehow put a curse on her and the tower, for her ghost had wandered in restless torment ever since. Geralt engaged his vast experience with such curses to search for a possible solution. Having learned that Annabelle had loved a simple fisherman named Graham, Geralt decided this man and the bond of true love the two youths shared could be their salvation. Geralt agreed to take the young woman's remains to her to her love to have him give her a proper burial. Geralt hoped this would lift the evil spell on the Cursed Island and bring Annabelle peace at long last. Sadly, what Geralt took to be the ghost of an innocent woman was in fact death and disease in spirit form, a being known as a pester, a plague maiden. Having lured Geralt into the open, it killed the unfortunate Graham and then escaped to spread the pox and feed on human suffering. It is possible that this incident caused the local outbreak of Catriona that devastated the kingdom of Karak and sowed the seeds of the coastal city's ultimate downfall. So we are basically responsible for death and disease in the upcoming decades. That's nice. Graham was a simple fisherman from an even simpler village, Oriton. Yet the role he had played in local events was anything but. Fyke Isle, the tower, the curse. He had been a key part of it all. Geralt had learned from Annabelle about the deep feeling the two had shared, but the rest of their tragic story only emerged later. Exactly how the young man had participated in the incident in the tower remained rather unclear. What was certain was that he tried to defend his beloved and fled Fyke Isle right after what he thought was her death. Stories about poor fishermen in love with their lord's daughters are not wont to end happily, but even the most tragic poet would find what Graham and Annabelle experienced excessively cruel. Their desire for happiness and mutual love was defeated by the cruelty of fate and the greed of men, damning the young couple to eternal suffering. Graham without his love at his side, Annabelle as a tortured soul wandering between the living and the dead. There was nothing left to the Witcher but to bring the young man Annabelle's earthly remains, hoping that a proper burial would bring peace to the girl's spirit and lift the curse. Yet though the evil spell was indeed broken, the story still did not have a happy ending. A devious ghost of the plague was freed and Graham became its first victim. So my chat crashed again. Don't know why that happens over the last time. The last message I read was from Unruly Crow. Yeah, this quest is memorable, so if you have said anything after that, I didn't get it. Sorry. May repeat it. And at last, Vezerat. News of the Nilfgaardian armies approaching led nobles of all ranks and orders to pack up their silver and flee post-haste to safer harbors, abandoning all thoughts and defending their patrimony and leaving their lands at the invaders' mercy. Lord Vezerat was no exception to this rule. The magnate had ruled much of Vellum from his base at Crow's Perch before fleeing with his family to take shelter in a tower on Fyke Isle. So now we learn that this is the former ruler of Crow's Perch, which then, after he fled, the Bloody Baron took that over. The safety he sought there was not, however, to be found, and the massacre in which he was slaughtered became the source of a great many ghastly rumors and legends. According to one of them, Vezerat, unmoved by human suffering, had his mage poison starving peasants who had come to him to beg for food. A hideous tale, yet one that sadly seemed plausible given the desperate conditions in the land. Yet the truth turned out as it's wont to be much simpler. Vezerat was murdered by his traitorous former subjects, who were driven by greed, jealousy, and the base jackassery that is all too widespread among the human race. Okay, nothing else said. Where can I get a hat like that? Yeah, it's a beautiful hat, right? I agree. Don't think we have anything else here right now. But I had a bestiary entry for the water hack, so I do want to read that. There it is. Folks say water hacks are drowners' wives. If that be true, 'tain't no wonder why they're such ornery bitches. Shamhal of Dragston. Some tales mention water hacks and swamp bins masquerading as lost old women to lure travelers back to the rickety shacks they built in the wetlands. In truth, only a blind man or a sighted man blinded with drink could mistake the rank sludge and rotting carrion of a water hag's den for a cozy cottage, and the hideous hag herself for an innocent grandmother. Their wrinkled, wart-covered bodies stand nearly 2 yards tall, with skin the color of a long-dead cadaver and stinking of muck and fish. Bony growths, 2 spans long, stick out from their backs, with hair like a tangle of seaweed and claws that would make a werewolf proud, completing the picture. Isn't that nice? So, we caught up with that, which is nice. Did the Tower Full of Mice quest, which is also not only mice, but nice. Now I'm back. Physics, did I ask how the troubleshooting was? Did it go well? I don't need a drink.
Go.
So now we have to go back. Oh, I can also level up. So let's do that. I'm going to have a hard time explaining it to the customer. It was a loose cable. That sounds very exciting. Now I think I will go into fast attack here. For now. Because I use that mostly. And eventually I want to get the whirlwind ability. But other than that, I think I will mostly focus on those. But some additional strength is also good. It's always fun when, in the end, the solution to a big problem is fairly simple. And now that the quest on Flag Isle is done, I'll be on my way to bed. Alright, Unruly Crow, thank you for stopping by. Hope you had fun.
Ugly bastard.
And I hope you have a good night. Hope to see you soon as well. Oh, quest around here.
The old god demanded 6 sucklings. You didn't bring but a single scurvy run. No wonder he cursed us.
What's going on here?
We're doomed. You's the one brought soured wine.
What are you doing here?
What? The sun flying from the moon? We're making offerings to the All-God, clearly.
You too can seek his aid. That's if you got fitting offerings. He scorned ours, then cursed the old village.
You're All-God. Tell me more about him.
The All-God, you call him. First I've heard. Is some new deity?
Nay, 'tis ancient, revered by our forefathers. They say it were like this. Roslav of Oriton came here to gather brushwood. And suddenly, for no reason, a bush burst into flame. Then, Roslav heard a voice from the ground, demanding offerings and obedience.
We've been coming here since then, bearing gifts, in exchange for which the All-God watches over us, keeps us from evil.
Plain to see that.
So, what's wrong with the offerings?
What's wrong with your offerings?
You needn't mock us. You can see right well we brought scraps. Before the war, I wouldn't give this such to me elms. But what can we do? Such are the times.
And they're like to get worse. All-God said if he don't get a rafter of bacon and a barrel of beer at least, the rivers will fill up with frogs and locusts or some such will devour the harvest.
I see. I mean, I could have a chat with the All-God.
I could intercede on your behalf with this All-God of yours. Got a feeling we'd come to an understanding.
Well, I suppose it can't hurt to try. To speak with him, you have to stand before the altar and cry out, All-God, help a poor wretch in need. Who knows, he might just listen to a foreigner.
Yeah. The greedy god. Okay, let's... Where's the altar? Is that the altar? Seems so. This one? No. Where's the altar? Oh, it's this one.
Oh, all God, help a poor wretch in need. Pretty please.
How dare you disturb my divine rest, mortal?
I dare disturb it because I want your divine self to lift the, curse you cast. Those peasants really don't have.
They must bring worthy offerings or they shall face drought, driving hail, earthquakes, avalanches. I have spoken.
Uh-huh.
Avalanches? Here? How would that work? No answer from the All God. Fine. We can finish our conversation when I find him. Voice came from underground.
Okay, so let's find out about this All God.
An illusion.
Uh-huh. Let's talk to the All God, a sexy character.
What? Who dares disturb my divine being?
Geralt of Rivia. Pleasure. Expected the All God to be corporeal in form, but never thought he'd be corpulent. Fattened up nicely at those peasants' expense.
Expense? Expense? Not a word about the help I give in return. Blessings, absolutions, enlightened advice. Believe me, these folks need all of it. I'd watch over them still if they fulfilled their end. But lately they offer these pathetic scraps.
That they steal from the mouths of their children, and to make matters worse, you cast a curse on them.
And I'll not lift it till they bring me worthy
By the way,
offerings.
that would be how a topless stream by me would look like.
And you can tell
So,
them that.
not sure if that's something you really want.
Been in this hole long?
For a century or so. One winter I found shelter here. Built a fire so large the flames leapt through the crack. Lit the bushes above. I coughed from the
What a
smoke.
good-looking creature.
And suddenly heard a peasant. A voice out of nowhere.
Definitely is a cutie.
A miracle. Thus, I became a god.
Parasite, more like.
Maybe so. But what of Freya and Melitele then, Demanding prayers and offerings, given naught in return? I talk at least.
Missing one horn, that's true. Welcome to the stream, Synchro VR6. How are you doing today? It's missing one horn, yeah. Not as horny as other gods, but, well... Plus, they say that chicks dig scars. Is that so? Well, settle at least for humbler offerings.
Listen here, lard ass. You're gonna be satisfied with what you get, or I'll
I'm
feed
doing
you to
great.
the ravens.
Plowing reformers. No, fine, fine. I'll sup more modestly. But just till the end of the war, not one day longer.
A greedy god. But let's loot his place. At least. Damn it. Can't jump over this barrel. Grab the book to read. Radovid the Fifth, the Stern, the hard slog to greatness, which brings us to the epithet of the current ruler of Redania, the Stern. Allow me to diagnose the cause and consequences of this appellation. Firstly, the seeds of Radovid Sterns were surely planted in his childhood. When Radovid was born to King Vizimir and Queen Hedwig, in 1255, his care was immediately entrusted to Philippa Eilhast, the court sorceress, while none dared question if she was fit for the role of a of tutor, few now envisage her as having been a warm caregiver to a young child, and whatever harsh lessons she gave Radovid clearly left a lasting mark. The next step on Radovid's path to becoming the Stern, the death of his father when Radovid was but 13 years of age. The rumor has it father and son barely knew one another. The mere fact of being thrust into one's inheritance at such an early age and in such murky circumstances must have had a hardening effect. Finally, the Regency finished schooling Radovid towards becoming the Stern, led by Sigismund Dijkstra of Tretogor. The Regency Council imparted upon Radovid a style of politics seeped in Dijkstra's aggressive, no-holds-barred, reason-of-state-first principles. Such are the causes of Radovid's temperament. Now on the consequences. Most manifestations of his fierce manner are well known. However, a few illustrative examples might prove useful here. They include his summoning of the Order of the Flaming Rose to his armed enforcers, his later support for the witch hunters in their zealous cause, and finally there's the massacre at Loch Marine. Yet it is in the fight against Nilfgaard that Radovid has proven himself truly the Stern. While the forces of other realms disintegrated in the face of the Empire's onslaught, he has strengthened his own realm and taken command of the joint armies of the North. Whatever their opinion of him before, all clear-eyed observers now agree. Radovid V, known also as Radovid the Stern, is North's last bulwark against Emir's expanding power. Thank you for the clip, Sashi. Okay, now we have to talk to the peasants. And tell him about...
Anything new?
Something. Talk to your All God.
Talk to your All God, face to face.
And? Will he show us mercy?
He will. Promise to be pleased with whatever you bring.
I told you the All God's merciful, understanding. Thanks, Witcher.
Did you guys know there's a crypt below?
Oh, one last thing. Did you know there's a crypt beneath this hill? Might want to take a look sometime. Architecture's fascinating.
Yeah, let's leave it at that. Okay, so I think I have a new bestiary entry for relics, yes. Sylvans. Sylvans are cruel, greedy, and treacherous. Still, I prefer them to Dwan, Yevon, legendary Scoia'tael commander. Sylvans and Yakshas, a kindred species, are extremely rare woodland creatures whose appearance combines traits of goats and rotund men. These beings usually pose little danger, for they limit their contact with humans to playing harmless, though often bothersome tricks and eating crops from their fields. Okay. That doesn't sound too bad. But now I have to still return to Kira to finish the quest. Westral Manor. Okay. Time for me to be done with work and drive home. Thanks for letting me look at Naked Garrett, Akko, and see everyone later. Alright, Frosty. Glad you are off work. Hope you have a good evening. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the 200 bits earlier. And you're definitely welcome about the Naked Garrett thingy. There we are.
Slow now. Whoa.
Let's talk to Kira. Kira.
Geralt, just when I was starting to miss you.
Oh, sure. So, the mage from the Isle. Tell me more about him.
Tell me more about this mage from the Isle. Were you two close?
Never expected you'd take such an interest in my private life.
More interested to know if you bonded as fellow magic practitioners.
Well, we had little in common in that arena. Oh, Alexander was one of those anxious experimenters, forever short on sleep. The kind that thinks perfect happiness is an isolated tower and a full set of vials and alembics.
Okay. Did ask that. So, Fyke Isle. I managed to remove the curse.
Fyke Isle's free of its curse.
And you withheld this news until now? Why? I gave you a Xenovox. But the curse, what was its source?
The dark spell clung to the spirit of Annabelle, the Lord's daughter. To free her and the Isle, Graham, her beloved, had to help me.
So it ended well.
I lifted the curse, so the island's clear.
Kind of
Annabelle's soul is free. Thing is, turned out she's a pesta. Graham's dead.
And you failed to notice? You're losing your touch. Be that as it may, Fyke Isle is free of its curse. That's important. I'm almost inclined to say good work.
Thank you. Yeah, your Alexander guy was doing some strange research.
One thing's bothering me.
What?
Annabelle said Alexander was studying diseases. She mentioned Catriona. You knew this?
All the mages knew about it. Alexander was a highly regarded epidemiologist. I would have given anything for an opportunity to study his notes, but he guarded them jealously.
So what do you want to do with the lamp?
The lamp? What do you want to do with it?
As I said, you may keep it. I don't believe I shall need it anymore, given the Isle's been cleansed. I actually regret not going there with you. Perhaps we can make up for that lost time now.
Maybe.
All right. Time I was on my way.
Perhaps you'd stay just a bit longer? There's one small favor you might yet do for me.
What is it?
I put in an order for a few substances from Novigrad. The trader was due to be here yesterday, but has yet to arrive. Could you see what happened? The package is rather important to me.
I mean, I could look into it.
Why not?
Why not?
If he was coming here from Novigrad, he must have passed through Blackbow. I'll check the area.
Thank you. I shall be ever so grateful.
Okay. Asha Panda Raid! Welcome, Asha! You're off work. How are you doing? How are you feeling? Everything's alright. Now, I gotta go there for this little quest to help Kira further. And who knows how this all might end with Kira. Wink, wink. Yay, more pandas! Lots of pandas, millions of pandas. An abundance of pandas. There we go.
Die.
Where are the... Why am I still in combat? There's no one around. Okay. Thank you.
Wide, heavy wheels.
Wide.
Merchant's wagon.
Okay.
Veered off the road at high speed.
I'm doing great,
well.
Asha. How are you? Okay. Let's check this out. Whorehouse not yet there, but without spoiling anything, I would say within the next few minutes, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, there are boobs
merchant
in the
traveling across Velen alone.
near future.
No way that was gonna end well.
Let's put it that way.
Leftovers, cuts of meat, cataplepis. Wonder what spell requires that.
Let's look around here. What's this? There's a box to loot.
Package still intact. Don't sense anything magic, though. Wonder how Kira will explain this artery. Can't be far. Wouldn't have made it.
Probably should check this out. Whoa. Completely knackered and with only one tiny bit of sanity left. Oof, I mean, welcome to the club, I would say.
Waited for help. It never came. That's Velen for you.
Missing merchants' letters. Volker. We've hit gold, old friend. Not only have we sold all our stock, we have sold it for 3 times its cost. Our customer wants it all. Wine from Beauclair, everything from Beaujolais Nouveau to the oldest vintage, white, red, rosé, you name it. Cut of leper's meat, pickled beef, pepper, cinnamon, cloves. I'm telling you, old friend, everything. There's one catch, however. We must deliver the goods to Velen, to a village called Midcorps. I know, dangerous with the war and all, but think of the coin. I've managed to secure a pass that will get you across the Ponter. Then it's just hop, skip, and jump, and you're there. You'll be fine. We'll split the proceeds 50-50. No horror, no whorehouse. There was no whorehouse. No. There was any, no whorehouse. Stop it. No whorehouse and no nudity so far during the stream. No! Jesus, stop it! No whorehouse!
Move it!
Sashi, what have you done? No, not a dumpster fire. Jesus. Pandas, only pandas. So let's talk to Kira. What this is all about. Her very important delivery. No, the pandas can't be dead. But Asha, stay concentrated.
Just when I was
you
starting to miss you.
You might get what you want very soon.
Got those substances you wanted?
Splendid. I can finally begin my study of double arboreal racination patterns. But first, I'll
Brew yourself a mug of mulled wine. Saw what the wagon was carrying. Exquisite meats, expensive wines, Zerrikanian spices. Not a speck of magic. Care to tell me what you're up to?
I would rather show you, but you must wait a bit.
Fine.
Color me intrigued. Fine, I'll wait.
Then shoo, outside.
Gonna slip into something more comfortable?
Later. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Well, go on, out.
Okay. What's going on now?
You've been patient, thank you. It's almost ready.
Huh? If I wanted to see white mice, I'd just get drunk.
Note that I said almost. Now don't interrupt. The Cain Vin Capel.
Huh. What happened to the third mouse?
What happened to it?
The spell has a 66.67% chance of success. I always use one more than I need, just in case.
So where did... Kira, can I explain what's going on here?
Know the fairy tale about Cinderella?
Mm-hmm. True story it's based on, too. A Zoogle cropped up in a palace
No,
pond
there are not dead
and ate
Rexy.
Princess
No dead
Cinderella
pandas,
whole.
no.
Left behind one slipper, so...
I beg you, not another word about Zoogles.
Now, to return to the fairy tale.
I'd like to escape these ghastly swamps for one magical night. I don't need a fairy godmother. I'll cast the spells myself. But I could use a Prince Charming.
Mm-hmm.
It just so happens you're the only decent candidate in all Velen. So, what do you say to a moonlight ride on horseback? And dinner?
That sounds... with a pleasure.
Sounds tempting. So tempting, I don't think I can refuse.
Before we go, there's one more thing.
What?
Gotta transform a pumpkin into a carriage?
No. I shall transform our rancid rags into something more glamorous. Don't wince. It'll only be an illusion, won't hurt a bit. And at dawn, everything will return to normal.
Okay.
Why not? Might as well go all out.
Then hold on tight.
What?
Gavella Glan.
Why, Asher?
So, what do you think? Neckline too modest?
It's just right.
Oh, I might also have changed your hair colour while I was at it. I've always fancied dark-haired men. Oh well, any port in a storm.
Well, off we go. Dinner's waiting. Last one there does the dishes.
What? I have to... Well... Okay. I will win against you, Kira. I hope. Not passing. Oh, no!
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa, Cinderella.
No!
We'll have a great fall.
Ha! As fast as you can. Try to catch
Damn
me.
it! Oh, try to. Ha! One.
Congratulations. You'd make an excellent jockey.
Thank you.
If only I were a foot shorter and 5 stone lighter.
Well, yes. But then I'd not have invited you here.
Mm-hmm.
Now do you see why I needed those substances?
Beef and cinnamon and cloves, roasted capon with shallots. It was worth the trouble.
Yeah.
Shall I pour the white or the...
Dry red, but let it breathe a little first.
Well, well, never took you for a wine connoisseur.
Think witchers suck the marrow out of drowner bones and wash it down with puddle water?
More or less. Well, we've chatted long enough on empty stomachs. Let's dig in.
Must have cost you a small fortune. Sure you don't need me to pitch in?
Please, I manage. You know, a dozen eggs here, a cock or gander there. Besides, my finances are about to improve.
Why would you be pissed then? Asha? Why? So, we're celebrating something?
Alright, I'm curious.
Why, Asha?
Celebrating
Why?
something?
Yes, a return to the living. But that's not what I wish to discuss. Thank you once again, Geralt, for your help with the tower. You were fabulous.
Not the first curse I've lifted.
But among the most difficult, correct? What happened on that island? Why, I shiver at the thought. And the laboratory. I sincerely hope you burnt everything. The cages, the corpses, the papers.
Didn't destroy that workshop, if that's what you're asking. Didn't see any reason to.
After bed, only one more sleep until beer day. There might be some hours of work in between. Have a fun stream, everyone. Alright, thank you very much for stopping by, Rexy, and thank you very much for the subscription earlier.
I'm sorry. Such a gloomy subject to broach. I simply shouldn't have, not during our romantic dinner.
Romantic?
Hope you have a good night.
We came here as friends.
Hope you make it safely to beer day.
So?
Hello, Athelas. Welcome.
Your fairy tale, your rules.
Really?
You're enter at the perfect time, Athelas.
And count to 10.
1, 2, 3, 4. All right,
good night,
that's
Rexy.
Enough. Kira, wanna play hide and seek? Why not?
Okay.
A skirt?
Sashi, don't
Guess we're
start it
playing
again.
Out there, not hide and seek. Good. Won't have to fumble with fasteners. Shame. Could have kept her shoes on. Now, where's that Cinderella gone to?
How are you doing today, Athelas?
Found me. Congratulations.
Asha has to look away. She doesn't want to see this.
Do I get a prize?
I have nothing on me. But I'll think of something. Know what they call that constellation in Zerrikania?
Dragon something, I bet.
No, it has a different name. A bit indecent, actually. Lean closer and I'll whisper.
Oh no, Sashi's innocent eyes.
Egfain Navi.
She tricked us.
Kira, where?
Oh, I think there was a problem with the stream. I think I have to replay this part.
Means she's up to something.
Probably, Fizz. What about your innocent eyes?
The tower.
Where are my shoes? I am dressed, but not my shoes. Oh, but most importantly, Athelas, you did miss something important. Frosty requested earlier today to have Geralt naked, and for about, I would say, 4 hours or something, Geralt was topless during the stream, so you missed that. Just saying. Just saying. Okay. She tricked us. Okay. I have to go over there. I don't have a boat near me, I think. Probably the fastest would be to fast travel from here, so... Roach! Where are you? Yes, naked. Or at least topless and pantless. He's still got his boxer shorts on, but for 4 hours he was basically naked.
Hey.
Now we have to go here and check out what is going on with Kira. No, Fizz. Don't do it, Fizz, please.
Top floor of the tower.
No riot. What's going on here? No riot. Different stream. No riots here. No. Fizz, no. No.
So, found what you were looking for?
Yes, thanks for asking. How are you feeling? Sleep well?
Obviously, Athenis. So, what's with the notes?
What do you want with those papers?
Why, I aim to use them to continue important work that a man's tragic death put on hold. Alexander was studying the Catriona plague. I'll use his notes to produce medication, perhaps a cure, or at least a
No,
vaccine.
you can riot on Miro's stream.
Strictly humanitarian
That's her gimmick.
motivations, is
I
that
have
it?
my own
No,
stream.
strictly selfish ones.
No.
The mighty would pay willingly for such a remedy. Can you imagine how much? Take Radovid, for instance. Why, he might even consider forgetting my past associations with the Lodge.
Radovid never forgets.
Radovid doesn't forget, and Radovid doesn't forgive, especially when it comes to sorceresses.
He'll make an exception for me. He'll have to. I have something he wants.
Please, you don't believe that.
No riots.
Well, you believe Yennefer will stop treating you like a dog someday. Don't see me laughing. I'm going to see Radovid. Tell him of this research, whether you like it or not.
That's suicide.
This is suicide, Kira. You'll wind up tied to a stake, burned to bolster the morals of the masses while entertaining them.
Shut up for a moment and look at me. See this? Bedbugs, Geralt. Bloody bedbugs. I, Kira Metz, advisor to Foltest, a member of the Lodge of Sorceresses, have
Welcome back, Rune.
Think what you will, but I'll not stay in this bloody swamp one day more. Not one day. I shall
No.
cross the Pontar, and
Asha,
that means
no.
Radovid's men will find me sooner or later. Don't you understand? I don't have a choice. I will have to parley.
You could go to Kermoren.
Got another option. Go to Kaer Morhen.
You believe I'd be safe there?
Long as you don't piss Lambert off, yes. Emir, Radovid,
Funnily
will be able to reach
enough,
you.
Athelas, there are
Find little in the way of luxury there, but
basically
we do have
3
clean sheets.
ways how you can
It's a
solve
long
this
way, well
encounter.
beyond the dividing line.
And every
But if I keep to the woods until I reach
way
the Kestrel Mountains, I should pass
presents
through
a different
unnoticed.
end. Let's put it that
So be
way.
it. Seems I find it hard to refuse you, handsome. You've clearly a notion of what women want, how
Mhm.
they think.
Of course. So, see you at Kermoren. Well, before I go, I will take the notes.
Yeah, kinda. So before I go, I'll need you to hand me those notes.
All right, take them already. Farewell, Geralt. Or rather, see you soon.
Oh, no, actually the thing is, so during this conversation, you could end up fighting Kira when you press her too hard and say you won't let her leave with the documents. Then she will attack you. Hello Titan Colossus, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Then the second option is what we just did, and then there's the third option when the last part where you say, oh, you can go to Camoran, and then if you don't take the documents, then there's another end. Won't tell too much about that. Oh, Physics, thank you very much for gifting a sub to the room. Welcome to the Acolytes room. That's super generous of you, Fizz. Thank you very much for all of your support, and spam some pandas for room. Well deserved, and now he can spam some pandas as well. And some pandas on his own. Yes, Fizz gifted you a sub. That is super nice. Exactly. Use your pandas. Okay. With those quests, then some secondary quests here. Some contracts. Journey of the Woods. Fantastic, just got done streaming some God of War and noticed you were playing The Witcher 3 finally. Yeah, awesome. How are you liking God of War so far? I haven't seen too much of it because it looked kind of cool, so I might play it in the future someday. But how are you liking it so far? Without spoilers, obviously. Woo, pandas! Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Pandas, pandas, pandas. So, now I'm not sure what to do next here. So, let me see. Could go here. I think I might do that. Get there. Check this out. Yeah, he is. We heard that earlier when he donated the bits. Or at least the notification sound told you so. Good thing I didn't go to sleep yet. Yeah, see? Always worth sticking around here and totally wreck your sleep schedule. Okay, I think I will just go by foot, since it's not too far away. And in this area there are some creeks and rocks where it's hard to fall. Why are you on the floor? Doesn't sound very comfortable. Hope it's a soft floor. Whoa. Look at that. A lesson. A very strong lesson. I will just... It's awesome. Really challenging on higher difficulties, but the puzzles are ones you kind of have to think about. Cool. That's nice. Alright, I gotta go again to the store this time. Alright, Fizz, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for gifting us up to Room. And again, thank you for the bit donation earlier today. Let's talk to the merchant here.
Milk, freshly curdled milk. Eggs straight from the coop. Nary a trace of shit on them.
Nary a trace. Well, I mean, good enough.
Show me what you sell.
It does not sell much, to be perfectly honest. But I can sell this stuff. And this. And this. So let's do that and then we'll play some Gwent.
Don't know that I'm gonna buy anything, but I sure wouldn't mind a few rounds of Gwent.
Exactly, I sure wouldn't mind that. Anything new in terms of cards? No. So let's start the game. Okay, 2 heroes, that's pretty good, but no spy card, that's bad. Okay, there's at least one. That's good. Let's play that right away. Did you know that if you sell armor to armor a weapon with you get more gold than just selling it? Yeah, I know that, but I just didn't care. And welcome to the stream Navis 995. I do know that I talked about that earlier during the stream. I just for the like basic stuff that I sold, it's like, okay, instead of 15 gold, I get 20 or something like that. So I mean, sure, it adds up, but I'm not that much of a completionist, I would say. Do you have a schedule for when you stream? Yes, I do have a. I have my schedule on Twitter. I have my schedule. I post it also on my Discord, and also it's on my Twitch page down below. There is a schedule extension for you. That's correct. Also, a link should be down below to my Twitter account. I have played the standalone Gwent game for a bit, yes. I liked it, and I said during the last stream, I think, that I might consider doing like a Gwent online stream in between someday, just for the lols. Well, Asher, down below the window. Probably not on mobile, unfortunately. But on desktop, there is everything down below. Links to Twitter, Instagram, Discord, everything. If you're not part of my Discord, I can post that link as well. There it goes. Is there any naked Geralt in Gwent? No, unfortunately not. I know, Asha. I know that you were joking. So silly. But if you can't access any of that, the next stream I will do for sure. The next scheduled stream will be on Sunday. I will stream Divinity Original Sin with Squidgineer co-op. And depending on if I have time, I will play on Saturday pretty late. I will probably start like an hour earlier from now on Saturday if I stream, and then I will stream some Mass Effect. But now I will just pass this around. Hope I could answer all your questions. Okay, good. Passes, so I can just play one card. Ashabella Clown. Will you stream Monday? If so, I won't. Don't want to make people choose for Echo or any other streamer there. I won't stream on Monday. Monday I have to work. Okay, I'm officially in the Discord now. Yay! Welcome, Titan Colossus. Make sure you think about choosing your color in the Bring Color to Your Life channel. And there in the announcement channel, there's also the schedule for each week. I usually post them on Sunday or sometimes on Saturday. Overall, it all looks very good, so not really concerned with this game, to be honest. That does suck, but isn't that bad either. Although he might double the strength of his first row. Probably will do that, but I still should be fine with that. Okay. Maybe I'm not, because now I'm in trouble actually. If he does that. Which he might. I'm not sure what his leader ability is. Oh no, okay, I'm fine. Okay, and I won the game. Victory. Nice, that worked out well. Got Shilak Fitz Osterlin. At least the card, not the person. So let's check out the notice board. Pots and ceramics made and sold. Pots, mugs and vases molded and fired. All made of the purest clay straight from byways. Everything to fit your fancy, decorated or plain, but all pretty as a milkmaid and twice as sturdy, and so on. We'll trade Cintran rugs for food. We'll trade ornate Cintran rugs 3 for food. Meat preferably, though I'll consider greens as well. New items never used. Ideal for decorating walls, lovely fabric for linen warp. Meant as a dowry for my daughter, but the Blackens did her in, so there'll never be no wedding. Geraldine. Free dog. Giving me Roger to any who'll care for him well and promise not to eat him. He's a lovely, well-behaved mutt. Harks the hand what feeds him, and but I've naught left to feed him with. Perfect for guardian a yard and garden, herding sheep at pasture. Awfully glad to sleep in a barn. If you can take him, come see Baxter. Woo Usher stream. Wagon for sale. Hayrack wagon for sale. Original owner. Good condition. Hardly used. Kept in barn. Inquire with Maddie. Ratcatcher come to town. Rid your hut and yard of mice, rats and other furry vermin. For a bit extra, I'll see to the crawly creepy kind as well. Fast and effective using the latest natural methods. A special magic flute from Hammelstein, which do no harm plants nor friendly beast. Reasonable prices, effectiveness guaranteed. A wandering ratcatcher. Contract. Monster from the swamp. Anyone knows how to read this, and read it carefully, so that it's known far and wide, or at least throughout the whole village. Out in the bog by where we dig peat, there's a beast that what feeds on men and spurts out deadly mists all around itself. If you're good with a sword and looking for coin, know that I'll pay and pay well for the beast's head. And to everyone, I'll stay out of that accursed bog if you value your lives. Don't say I didn't warn you, Leslov. Okay, let's loot the rest of the small town. Well, it's more like a settlement, maybe. That's that. Then there's another house.
Where'd you come from?
Akko, when will you play Barbie in Unicorn World as you promised? Well, there gotta be the right moment for it, right? I mean, it's a very story-driven game. You really have to concentrate on that. Everyone has to be focused, like everyone has to be in the mood for it. It has a very tragic and heavy story. So, it's gotta be... it must be the right time for everyone to be in the right mindset to really get into that long story about despair, about love, about war and death. So you can't just do that willy-nilly, right? So pretty sure you understand that. The Wolvenstorm, these scars long have yearned for your tender caress, to bind our fortunes, damn what the stars own. Rend my heart open, then your love profess, a winding, weaving fate to which we both atone. Chorus. You flee my dream come true, the morning your scent berries. That is actually the song of my notification sound. So let's hear it. Or isn't that interactive? Let me see if I can start that up quickly. Did not have a plan B. Yeah. Too bad. And I won't sing it, no. Under no circumstances. But that is why I will play the song. Let me see where I have subscription notification. Okay.
You flee my dream come the morning. Your scent
the chorus.
Lilac sweet. To dream of raven locks and twisted stormy of violet eyes listening as you weep.
There we have the chorus, so I didn't have to sing it. Those were the quests we just picked up. Doing the karaoke with my pointer. Yes, kind of. For everyone to sing along. Yes, Room. You can also use the Promote Yourself channel to promote yourself. That may be easier. But also, everyone check his channel out. Give him a follow. So if he starts streaming and when he starts streaming, that you all get notifications and you all can say hi. Silver Pantalones. Ruben. Okay, that's about it in terms of looting. Ooh, even more, yeah.
Where'd you come from?
Do I have anything in my... am I able to craft something? Does not seem that way. I think I have everything else done. So the question is what to do next. Options are Family Matters, Ladies of the Wood, Pious of Novigrad. I mean, theoretically I could do that, but I think I won't for now. Defender of the Faith. That could be something. and Jenny of the Woods contract, and then the Swamp Thing contract as well. Treasure hunts, Witcher School gear. Wow. I think I will leave it at that for today. I'm following Mama out just in case she ever decides to stream. Yeah, I do the same after this. I do the same. I think at least. I think I will leave it at that now, because we're already at 5.5 hours again. Did a lot of stuff. Solved some quests. Saw some boobs. Everything in there. Thank you all for stopping by again. Thank you all for joining me today. Thank you all for sticking around, saying hi, being active in chat. As always, it really means a lot to me. Can't say that often enough. Before I will finish the episode, and before we will raid someone, so please stick around for that so we can spread the love a little bit around in the community and even outside. I just want to thank a few people. First and foremost, Physics, who started the stream off with a 3,000 bits donation. That was pretty amazing. Thank you for that. Also, later gifted a sub to Room. So Room is now part of the Acolytes and able to use the Ponders. Thank you for the auto host Salty Old Men. In the beginning of the stream as well. Black Morokai resubscribed for 3 months in a row. That was super nice. Really appreciated that. Also hosted me right after that. Lots of support from him. Alpha resubscribed for 3 months in a row. Tilegun hosted. Thank you for that. Frosty gave 200 bits. That's very generous. And Christopher Ott hosted. Also, I think an auto host, so that was awesome as well. And last but not least, Rexy with the subscription.